Yes. Uh-huh. Mhm. There's what's known as due process. The conduct of a legal proceeding, yeah, according to established rules and principles, for the protection and enforcement of private rights. That would be reproductive rights. Yes. Mhm. Some of these rights that we really don't talk about. Now, as I said, we had quite the sexual experience in the bathroom living at the Tamuning Plaza. And these lizard's eyes where somebody decided it was time to give birth. I think that would violate my private reproductive rights of making sure that no wife actually breaks the water because they want to have a certain doctor and do the delivery. Oh. Now, these same private rights, known as the reproductive rights, yes, where I would expect that the only ultrasound that actually took place was the same ultrasound that happens outside of the body of the woman. Notice and the right to a fair hearing before a tribunal with the power to decide the case. Yes. I'm going to want to ask Heidi exactly why Benjamin was born on that day. Now, actually, it was I think it was in the evening that we went there. Yes, it was dark. Pooch. And Trisha and her family helped watch the other four sons and Jessica while I went there, and they gave us a very special room where Dr. Blue Eyes did the delivery. Now, I would think that this due process has a the word due process undoubtedly intended to convey the same meaning as the words by the law of the land. Due process of law in each particular case means such an exertion of the powers of government as the settled maxims of law sanction. Now, any husband that had any knowledge of his wife intentionally breaking her water so that she could give birth at a certain day and time because she needed to have a certain physician, yes, well, it could be considered child abuse, in fact, baby abuse. Now, for every woman that didn't decide to break their own water, do you know how you can help the birthing process? Oh, I know. You can jump up and down, isn't that right? Oh. Now, procedural due process is the minimum requirements of notice and a hearing guaranteed by the Due Process Clause of the Fifth and 14th Amendments, especially if the deprivation of a significant life, yes, reproductive rights, mm, mm, liberty or property. Now, when I think of life, liberty, or property, what is the life of my sperm? Pooch! What is the life of the follicles of her ovary? What is the life of a gestating baby in the womb? What is the life of breaking the water because you wanted to give birth on a certain time or a certain day? Now, I don't know of any actual lawsuits. Yes, where a father, a husband, said to his wife, well, I realized how weird that sexual experience was, and I think you broke your own water. Yes, I think you harvested your own ovarian follicles while my son was gestating. And I think that it does violate the Fifth and 14th Amendment to not deprive me of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Now, I mentioned those civil rights. Oh, then I mentioned the parenting rights. Oh, then the married rights. Oh, now I'm telling you about the reproductive rights that are or are not protected.